Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Dark Souls. Last episode we got through Anor Londo, murdered Ornstein and Smo, and we got the Lord Vessel. I've decided that we're actually going to give it to Fran because everybody goes to working. Then again, I now realize that people might be wondering how you become a Dark Wraith, so I should probably do that. So I am going to do that.
Well, you did much for me. You know, the gate, the old fort. Was that?
I did open those gates.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed...
And he's so grateful he will give us a miracle in return, which is useful for me because I am a faith character. That's actually not the only reason why I made sure to go through that much of his storyline, though. So you'll find out later, I'm sure. Now, our mace does a lot of damage, so I don't think we're going to have much trouble with the Four Kings unless they happen to absolutely destroy me in one hit, which I have seen happen before at this much health, so we will have to be careful. But the way I think I will set up my... Well, actually, first things first, we actually need to go kill a puppy. Before anyone starts unclicking the video, I'm talking about Sif, the boss. Which, you know, everyone always gets upset when you gotta kill Sif, but it's something that you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do, even if it sucks. But we'll start making our way over to the forest. We're actually going to need more souls to buy the Lord Vessel with, so let's go ahead and pop Ornstein's soul, because we're not going to be using it. We can't really use it for anything we want to anyway. And that's not enough, so let's also pop the Iron Golem soul. Actually, that could be useful to us at some point, so let's hang on to that, and we'll pop this hero soul. Right now, we will make our way over to the blacksmith, where we can buy the Crest of Artorias, which will allow us to take basically a massive shortcut to the forest, which is definitely something really nice. Because it would be one thing if I can just go through the shortcut like the other way and have it permanently open, but no, you need that crest to open it up, and that just makes it so much more convenient for everybody, just all the time. So you really want to get it. If you want to get the Crest of Artorias early, you can go kill the stray demon back in the Undead Asylum, and he drops exactly 20,000 souls, which is the amount that you need, and just, you know, make sure you don't use them to level up with. Which, I mean, you'll actually earn your souls back after going into the forest by killing the enemies in the forest that don't respawn, as well as, you know, some that do. But the forest is also a massive PvP area, so it's very likely I'm going to be invaded and killed at some point, just because it's very likely I'm going to get invaded multiple times. Or at least against somebody who's actually a higher level than me, because the forest is actually the one area in the game where you can be invaded by somebody who is a higher level than you, or at least, you know, more than a couple levels higher than you, because of the way the forest PvP works. So I could be invaded by somebody who was soul level 713 and could just get completely decimated. Hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully they will be backstab fishers so I can just keep counter backstabbing them or something. Or they'll be bad against dealing with a backstab attempt, so I can, you know, maybe just backstab the shit out of them until they're dead. Because, I mean, I would fight them normally, but again, I'm not used to this club, and I actually have a different weapon in mind for the end. So once I get that weapon, I'll be fighting a bit, you know, more sensibly, I suppose would be the word. Maybe not sensibly, because I guess a sensible thing to do is to go for the backstab if you can take it. So fighting more I can't even think of a word. I'll be fighting in a way that looks more impressive, I guess would be the best way to put it. Oh god, he blocked it. He almost destroyed me right there. No, you don't, Mr. Mage. That was a nice try, though. Somebody's already trying to invade me. Forest is just invasion central. You can't avoid them for the most part until you kill Sif, which we are going to be doing, so I won't have to be worrying about these invaders for so long. Now there's another somewhat hidden guy over here, who is the thief. Who really likes to avoid attacks, but not that time. Or that time. He got smashed in the face. He got knocked the fuck out! Now we have a cleric here. I'm gonna parry him like it's nothing, and then just decimate him with this riposte here. Now we have a bandit over there who is not using a fall ring, unlike a few of the guys in the forest. And he is actually very deadly. He doesn't give you as many souls for killing him as the other guys, but he actually does have more health and does do noticeably more damage. So that's why I made sure to two-hand our weapon before posting him. And we still didn't one-shot him. But that ought to do it. There's actually a couple more guys in here that don't respawn that I want to take care of. The bandit, the mage, the thief, and the cleric do respawn, but that knight I killed earlier doesn't, as well as the two guys I'm about to fight, which is actually another knight and an archer. We'll try to only aggro the knight first, because aggroing them both can be a pain. You'll have one shooting arrows at you while the other one's fighting you. I failed to parry there. Did not fail that one, though. And let's see if we can take him out one fell swoop. I don't think so, because we were one-handing our weapon. Yep, we did not, but we'll follow up with a backstab, and that ought to do it. Let's top off our health, because we are low on vitality all the time, so we have to be careful with our health. Especially since our armor isn't upgraded, our vitality isn't upgraded much. This really is just me trying to get through the game as best I can, without getting unnecessary upgrades, just so we can go through as quickly as possible. And she just took a friggin' log to the face while standing between other trees, so she basically just got smashed, crushed against two trees, basically. Now, it looks like these invasions that people are trying to do are failing, because none of them have actually shown up yet. But even if we do, we can probably get into the boss room, but we have to deal with them. I know it may seem like, oh, this isn't the crazy my way, avoiding invasions. Well, I like to invade when I have a build prepared, because after all, when they invade me, 9 times out of 10, they have a build that's prepared, so, essentially I should be able to do what I can to survive, when it comes to, like healing, getting away, sending them home, stuff like that. That's actually that's another thing I like about Dark Souls. If you invade somebody, and that's another thing I like about real invasions. You gotta, they can try to run away from you. You have to try to not let them do that. It's really chaotic, and I love it. I hope that's how it is in Dark Souls 2 for the most part, in which I might happen if they actually have arenas that work, Of course, I think a lot of the reason why people invade is because they want to have a prepared build, and they want to go against somebody who is weaker than them because they don't have a prepared build, so, probably won't. I mean, if they have an arena, it probably won't be as popular. I mean, it'll be more popular than this one if it actually works, but it won't be as popular as doing regular invasions. Now, we could start off the boss, but first things first, I want to go wide around the grave to pick up this hornet ring. Now, you can actually go into this boss room, take this ring, and then go out if you just keep circling wide like this, but we actually want to fight the boss. And that was the hornet ring. What it does is when you wear it, it increases the damage of your backstabs and riposts. So when I backstab somebody or when I parry somebody, I'll do a lot more damage. Now, this boss can be tricky if you aren't the best at dodging. Well, you don't have to be the best. If you're not competent with your dodging, this boss can be tricky. Because he does have attacks that will just wreck you. He does a lot of damage with each swing. If you have a shield with high stability, you can block the attacks for the most part, and I keep missing, which is not helpful. And he keeps leaping away. Normally you can kind of stand around underneath him for a little bit. Now this is the attack that will decimate you if you don't have a good stability shield or if you don't dodge it, because typically what will happen is if you have an average amount of poise, you'll get stunned by the first hit and then hit by the other one. And, I mean, you take damage from the hit that stuns you, so you take basically double hits. We're actually going to heal up, because I don't trust myself being this low in health, and I ended up taking damage anyway. He keeps just narrowly avoiding all of these attacks. But we are still hitting him enough that he's like halfway down on his health. I had the scratch, I had an itch, but I got my hand back on the controller before anything bad happened. And poor puppy is now no longer amongst living. We get the Covenant of Artorias ring, which is actually required for us to fight the Four Kings, which is why we needed to come here and kill Sif really quick. So now we're going to warp back to Firelink Shrine, because we can warp now, because we have the Lord Vessel. Which, I mean, you probably saw already at the very beginning when I was in when I was in Anor Londo, I just realized, did I not warp from here to the Undead Parish? Did I take the elevator the first time I went? If I did, that would just be silly. Also, we got a lot of souls from killing them, so let's actually upgrade our character. Let's upgrade, actually, we're only going to strength up one more. There we go, that's all we need that at. So now let's put points into vitality, because we probably will need that as well. I mean, in the end, it's going to be higher, so we are going to be needing to put points in vitality. But, you know what I mean, you sons of bitches. So, let's go down here, because we're going to go and fight the Four Kings. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is how you join the Dark Wraiths. But important thing to note, when I got that Lord Vessel from Guinevere, do not give it to Frampt. If you want to join the Dark Wraiths and if you want to invade people as a Red Phantom, do not give it to Frampt. Once you do that, you can no longer join the Dark Wraiths, which would be bad if you planned on doing that. Alright, so we're going to make our way down here. We're going to be fighting some ghosts. I don't know why my guy rolled there. Especially considering the roll button will not actually work when in the menus, because it'll make you back out of the menus. I must have passed it without noticing. Or maybe, no, actually, I don't think I actually think I didn't come down here. Yeah, actually, no, I came down here to get the Firekeeper Soul, but I didn't really go anywhere after that like I normally do. So now we got our Transient Curses. We're not going to need this here, so let's go ahead and put the Transient Curses in that location. We're going to need these to attack these ghosts. So it is vital for survival in this area. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh god! Wasn't paying attention. Trying to think about something. I'll check what it was I wanted to check after this episode. I really hope I didn't screw something up. Because that would be bad. Actually, we don't need to go this way, so I don't know why I'm heading this way. I'm actually still trying to think about it right now. Even though I said check it out at the end of this episode. Let's see. I think I fucked something up, maybe. Which would really suck if I fucked it up, because that would mean that the entire build is ruined and I would have to start all over. Because that's Dark Souls for you. I mean, I wouldn't start over this playthrough. Maybe I might even end up making it work. But all the same, I would be very upset with myself. Alright, so we gotta deal with all these ghosts and what that. We'll make our way into here. Kick down this ladder because this is actually a shortcut, which hopefully we won't have to use. Because, if we do, that would mean that we died. We're going to make our way into this building, where we have to look out because there's going to be a massive ambush of ghosts. So you got to be careful. Fortunately, I can one-shot them, so hopefully it won't get too insane. But they also have a very long reach, which can be very annoying. But I like to lure them over to this room and then just try to take as many out as I can in one fell swoop. And then back into this room, and you get the idea. Just so that they all pile up. Oh, one's coming from the roof. Alright, so I believe those ghosts are all taken care of now. They can drop some transient curses, which is important because if you don't have transient curses, you will not survive in this area.
Well, this is a surprise. I get few visitors. Save for Goose.
Alright, so he knows that we have the Lord Vessel, and so he gave us the key to the seal, which we will be needing to fight the Forkhands. I'm sorry if my commentary is a bit lacking in this video. I am a bit worried that I fucked up my point spending. I would hate to redo this character all over. I would be extremely disappointed. Because not only would I have to redo the character, I would also have to redo this. I wouldn't have to redo the play. I would have to finish this playthrough, then make him, and as opposed to just like restarting him right away to save time, which I really hope I did not fuck up. I really, really hope I didn't fuck it up. But we only have like 5 more minutes on here, so don't worry if my commentary is not so good because of that. It will be ending soon enough, at least for this episode. But you know, maybe I can try and make it work somehow, even with those points, even if I messed up the points I spent. I knew I should have had Dark Souls Character Planner opened and ready to check over during this entire playthrough. I had it for the first couple episodes, and then I didn't. But yeah, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I did F it up, so that really sucks. I might even just remake the character and then continue the episodes once I'm back to where I am, which I apologize for if you guys don't want that, but I really don't want to be spending so many hours trying to, you know, just remaking the character after I've already finished this, which really, really, really sucks. That's one thing I don't like about Dark Souls is you can't respend points. If you fuck up spending points, then it seems like such a cruel punishment for such a simple mistake. I mean, I know you should go into Dark Souls knowing that everything is permanent and that you should be careful, but the punishments you get for not being careful all the time are beyond cruel, in my opinion. If you fuck one thing up, you can ruin an entire playthrough and need to start all over, which is absolutely insane if you ask me. I can understand killing an NPC because how do you fuck that up and hit them? And if you really want to be careful, you can unequip your weapon before you talk to any of them, or you can just face the other way as you're talking to them. That way if you swing, yeah, that won't happen. But again, you know, I still think that's a very cruel punishment for such a simple mistake. Now there's a big old guy over here. So keep smashing him. He's taken care of. We have a Dark Wraith over here, trying to hide. He cannot hide from the club. From the Turkey Club. So we're getting lots of souls. I really hope I did not F up this character, so I can just keep on playing without needing to remake it. But I think I've talked enough about that. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything I didn't already do. If it is true that I effed up this character, don't you worry. You guys are not going to miss anything. I know you guys like to watch all of my gameplay, but starting over a Let's Play, like, you know, close to 10 episodes in for no real reason other than just fucking up the stats seems like a very stupid idea, so I will just remake the character. But anyway, what you saw me get there was a very large ember. Let me explain how you can get that and make your character as powerful as possible, as close to the start of the game as you can. You can actually, when you kill Ingrid, he will drop the key to the seal, so you don't need to get the Lord Vessel for him. So you can go down here, kill Ingrid, get the key, and then grab that ember. So you can get the very large ember before you even go to Sen's Fortress, which is really nice. Before you even kill the gargoyles, in fact, because you can get the regular large ember by taking the, you know, jumping shortcut to kill Capri Demon, and then after killing him, you can go and get the large ember. Backstabber. Break open that door. Oh, this is dangerous. Not today. What do we say to death? Alright, so we've gone to 20 minutes. I'm going to stop just before the Four Kings fight, and we'll do that next episode. Mainly because I don't want to do this fight twice if I accidentally effed up my character like I've been talking about. So we'll actually end this right here, since the fight is actually right around the corner, and I will see you guys next time.